Imagine being viewed as one of the top prospects in the sport of NASCAR, soon winning a championship, and then being out of the sport by the age of 25. That's exactly what happened to James Buescher. This dude is probably the most under-the-radar champion the sport has ever seen. A lot of fans today view him as a one-hit wonder, but he was so much more than that. If you watched NASCAR around 2010 to 2014, this guy was a can't-miss prospect. But today, the most recognizable Buescher is his cousin Chris. How'd that happen? So let's get into it. James Buescher broke onto the stock car scene in 2007 when he won in his debut start in ARCA. He became the youngest winner at the time at just the age of 17. He would go on to win 2 more ARCA Series races in 2009, one of those being at Daytona, where he would beat future Cup Series champion Joey Logano. In 2008, he began making part-time stints in both the Nationwide and Camping World Truck Series. At the age of 19, he would land his first big break driving for Tom Mitchell in the Truck Series. He would find little success, scoring only 1 top 5 along with 3 top 10s and an average finish of 16.1, and finished 14th in the standings. For those who were watching closely, they thought that was a pretty decent job in that equipment. One of those being Steve Turner, who would put James Buescher in this truck 5 races into the 2010 season. Buescher immediately showed his flashes of potential as he scored 6 top 5s, 10 top 10s, and an average finish of 10.9. Despite missing 3 races, he almost finished inside the top 10 in points. Buescher also made select starts for Turner in the Nationwide Series that season, along with James Finch, but it didn't matter. He was set to go for the 2011 Camping World Truck Series Championship. It got off to a pretty slow start as he would fail to make the race at Phoenix and also crashed out at Martinsville. They would get the ball rolling soon after. Despite not winning a race and even missing a race, they became championship contenders. His 2011 stats are this: 0 wins, 10 top 5s, 19 top 10s, and an average finish of 8.8. They led the points during the season, but unfortunately ran into some late season problems and wound up 3rd. Although it was a disappointing ending, it was a good season, and the writing was on the wall that this team would be back in 2012. Heading into the 2012 season, this team was seen as a championship favorite. Before the season ever really got going, James Buescher was making a whole lot of noise in the Nationwide Series. He pulled off one of the greatest upsets in all of Speed Weeks, as he would come all the way back from 11th to 1st in 1 turn to score his first and only career Nationwide Series victory. This probably was the first time that many fans who weren't Truck Series followers heard the name James Buescher. Little did these fans know that James Buescher would be known more than just another one-hit wonder. He would be known as a champion.
This time by, coming out of turn number 4. That white flag that you talked about, Phil, in the air. James Buescher 1 lap away from his first Camping World Truck Series win.
Such a huge lead right now, really not a whole bunch of lap traffic in front of him.
5-second lead over Timothy Peters. James Buescher, 4 times before, has finished 2nd in the Camping World Truck Series. Coming out of turn number 4, looking at his first win. Buescher is going to win at Kansas.
Awesome job, guys. This truck's incredible. You guys deserve that one for sure.
Checkered flag in hand, celebration because they dominated. They led 5 times for 103 laps here at Kansas. The battle for 3rd is on, working through 3 and 4 as they battle for position. It's going to be the 31, James Buescher winning at Kentucky.
This truck is awesome.
And a top 10 finish for Kyle Larson in his debut in the Camping World Truck Series. Coming through the tri-elbow, green flag back in the air.
I don't think any tire spin that time, except Jason Leffler.
A lot of guys behind spreading out, but they're side by side as they go into turn number 1.
No advantage this time, dead even coming off of 2.
Down the back stretch they go. Now the momentum on the outside has Buescher in front of the 17, but here comes Timothy Peters on the bottom of the racetrack. This time by, the white flag will fly. Who will be in front when they cross the stripe?
How about
Buescher has the advantage.
The lead with the white flag in the air.
Side by side at the stripe. Peters had the advantage. White flag in the air. This is it. Final lap. They're They're battling door to door as they go through 1 and 2.
You think Timothy Peters is thinking about the big picture right now? He wants to win this race. He drives up in front of Brendan Gaughan. Brendan to the bottom, trying to grab that spot.
Now second, it's Brendan Gaughan taking it away from the 17 of Timothy Peters. Does he have any room to get up to the 31? James Buescher, after changing a carburetor, coming through the triangle. James Buescher will win in Chicago.
Hornaday sideways on the front straightaway.
He catches it, straightens back out. Now they're sliding behind him. Crawford trying to avoid in the 73. Brendan Gaughan coming home second. What a finish by James Buescher.
Talk about the mile and a half. This is a 5th of 10 mile and a halves. That guy has won 3 of them. And you got to win on the mile and a halves to win the championship, if history tells you. Absolutely. In the last 12 years, only 2 times as a champion, not one, at least one race on the mile and a half.
Coming out of turn number 4, this time by. Buescher sees the white flag fly. 1.5 miles of Kentucky to go.
There's a battle for third. Ty Dillon has a little bit of breathing room right now over Joey Coulter. Coulter's been trying to peek to the outside of Dillon. Now he just settles in behind Ty.
We talk about how good the 11 of Todd Bodine has been on mile-and-a-half racetracks. Well, in 2012, the one who has been dominant on mile-and-a-halfs is the 31 of Buescher. Buescher is going to win at Kentucky.
Do that again next week. Thank you.
4th career win, all coming in 2012. So he has figured out how to celebrate at mile-and-a-half racetracks, and his team also will join him at Victory Lane when we come back.
See the white flag indicating 1 more lap to go.
You know, when I saw the white flag, it was just, okay, 2 more turns, 4 more corners, keep it pointed straight, and guys were getting aggressive at the end, and just like every other truck race. And I knew I just had to make it back to that checkered, and hope we didn't give up too many spots to do it. And even after I got the checkered flag, you know, it was just kind of, okay, yay, but are we really the champions? Nobody wanted to celebrate too early. It was silence on the radio until I was almost entering turn 3 before somebody said that they knew for sure we were the champions. So at that point, it was pretty exciting, and went and burned it down the front straightaway, and I had a lot of fun celebrating with my team.
His 2012 championship stats are this: 4 wins, 10 top 5s, 14 top 10s, and an average finish of 8.6. After this championship, James Buescher would never reach these heights again. He would race the following season and finish 3rd in the standings, and move up to the Nationwide Series in 2014 and saw limited success there. Buescher wound up back in the Truck Series in 2015, and after sitting 5th in the standings after the first 3 races, he was let go due to lack of funding. His career has been over ever since, and today he is now a very successful real estate agent. This is proof that James Buescher was more than just another one-hit wonder, and he should always be remembered as a champion. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.